Hey there, it's Jenny, and I'm going to share with you today a layout in my reading journal. There is a look at the first layout, and the thought process here is that I am going to print out a photo of the book that I read and then devote a page to it in my reading journal. Typically, the past few years, I've read 26 books a year. I've upped my goal a little bit this year just to see if I can do it. Actually, I know I can do it. I'm just setting that goal for myself to actually do it. So I'm flipping through this older 6x8 patterned paper pad by Amy Tangerine, and I knew that I wanted to choose this rainbow layout and wanted to add a chunk at the top. This traveler's notebook is about 4 1/8 by 8 1/8 inches, and so that is what I am doing up here. I just wanted the top to be about 25% covered, so not half, not the whole thing, but, a portion, right? So roughly about this much. So now I've adhered that down right there. I'm a little bit bummed because it's not the entire rainbow layout, just red to green, but it'll have to do. So I am mounting the photo on white cardstock. I like the extra pop and dimension that that gives when it's adhered to the page. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere that down at the bottom in the center, just leaving a little bit of room down below. But then I think, no, I don't think I want to do that because I want to add the smaller photo on the left-hand side elsewhere. And so I want them to be balanced. So that's why I moved it up. And I just removed any leftover adhesive by using my adhesive eraser to do that. I'm going through these LE Studio die cuts. These are the Proud of You die cuts to find a couple that would work well for this layout. So I just took out 3 that I thought, okay, that could work. And then now I'm doing the same thing with these fall die cuts from Pink Fresh Studio. Again, I'm not 100% sure how they'll get used. I don't have a vision for them when I pull them out. I'm just looking through and sorting through and seeing which ones could work for this particular layout. I just kind of grabbed these out of my drawer of die cuts as well. There wasn't a firm reason why these seemed like the ones that I should use. So you can see I've pulled out a few florals, a little book, which seemed fitting, am I right? And then a flower as well. So I'm going to layer the book behind, and the book says fall on it, so I wanted that to be covered up by the book, by the book cover, the X hex. And that worked great because it's still super cute and it's still peeking out, but I was able to cover up that word that wasn't really completely, it didn't really fit, right? It's not relevant here. So now I'm going to add the other book to the left-hand side. So you can see that I've already cut out that title and have it laying down there, and it's a little bit smaller. Now, my sort of thought process is the books that I don't like as well, they'll get printed smaller because they're not my favorite. So I've pulled out 2 stamp sets from Everyday Explorers. One is the book stamp set, and then the other one is just like a currently stamp set because I wanted to use that right there. Now I also wanted a dark pattern paper, and so this terrazzo pattern that has the black background is really pretty, and it's going to work really well. Now I wanted it to act sort of like a banner, and then I wanted to put the floral at the end to just sort of cap it off right there. So I've adhered that down, and then I will do the same with the little flower. So cute, right? I'm going to mount this photo just like I did the other one, putting some adhesive on the back, attaching it to the cardstock, and then simply trimming around it to add right there to the layout. Now, this is the stamp set, the Everyday Explorers book stamp set, and it's really cute. It's got a lot of versatility, and I'm trying to figure out how I want to use these because I know I want to add a little bit of journaling for the book that I really did like. And the other book, let's be clear, I actually liked it. I didn't love it or anything like that. It was just fine. So that's where I'm at with that. So I'm going to stamp this on a piece of white cardstock, and then I'm going to use my scissors to trim it out so that I can use it as a die cut. Now I'm going to do the same thing with this other one, which is the score, like it's got stars on their book review. And so I will be able to add that over there. Now I'm just trimming along the outside of the black edge of this one. I love it. It's so bold and graphic, yet really adorable because the book looks super cute. And then the review, I'll do the same thing, just trim around the outside. and I will do a little bit of layering for both. So I'm just getting rid of the white edges along the outside. It can be difficult to figure out where to place things when you're not really sure. Like I could think of a couple of different good places to put that love this book because it's really adorable and it would fit so many places. But for this book review, I'm just trimming it down small and I'm going to put some adhesive on the back and then I'm going to overlap it with the flower. However, first I'm filling in the stars. So I gave this 3.5 stars. It was good. It was an interesting story. I didn't love it. So that's where we're at with that. So I layered it right there up in the top with that floral and the little swatch of patterned paper. And then now I'm going to take out the big currently stamp set. And first I'm going to prime it by rubbing it on the back of my arm. And then I'm going to stamp it right down there in the middle of the page. So cute, right? And then on this stamp set as well, there's also a little word that says reading. So I'm going to do the same thing and just line it up right underneath the currently. Now I'm going to go back in the patterned paper and I want to find another little piece of patterned paper, probably pretty dark, and punch about 2/3 of the circle. I know that I want it to sit flush against the edge, but what I decided is that I want it to be directly in the center. So I simply cut it in half, and so then I adhered a half to both sides of the page so that I can add that little book. Remember that we cut that out already? So I can add that right there to the right. So cute. Now I'm going to place the little Ellie Studio banner underneath it so it's just peeking out. It's actually not peeking out. There's a lot showing there, but it works out really cool and it looks neat how it spreads over both pages, right? Brings them together, gives a little continuity. So I'm going to adhere those die cuts that I placed up at the top on the X hex, and now I have got my journaling. I printed this on clear sticker paper, so I'm just going to trim off all of the excess and then I'm going to place it on the page. Thanks so much for stopping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment box below and I will do my very best to get back to you. Thanks so much and make it a great day.